time for today's second book. It is late June in Ballylack and school's finally out. Hannah Adger is looking forward to 8 long weeks of fun and freedom, but when her classmate Ross succumbs to a violent and mysterious illness, it marks the beginning of a summer like no other. Hannah, ever the outsider, is haunted by guilt as she remains healthy while her friends are struck down. Isolated and afraid, she prays for help. What happens next will force her to question everything she believes. It is The Raptures by Jan Carson. Sounds absolutely incredible, Jamie. Tell us more.
Can I just say, I really loved this book. It's so well written. The sentences are beautiful. It's kind of quite Agatha Christie-esque in that the writing is so simple, but to achieve that level of kind of clarity and simplicity takes a lot of work. It's like a Philip Larkin poem. It's just such beautiful... I flew through the book. And at the same time, you know, I don't want to... It's a great story. Like, it opens up and there's 11 children in a class and one by one they're just all dying and nobody knows what is causing it. And so there's this mystery at the heart of it that really like, what is that? Well, what's happening? You know, kind of getting something. And it's being told from the point of view of Hannah, who's the main character, but who's also one of the class. So like, as the circle's getting closer and closer to her as the book's going on. So it's really got this tension at the heart of it as well. So this book is made for book clubs because on the one hand, you have a great story, but at the same time, it's set in Northern Ireland in kind of a very conservative religious situation. And there's a whole theme of how women are within kind of conservative Christianity. You know, everyone's deferential to the men, you know, and at the same time,
you're not selling it to me.
No.
Where's there fashion kissing? Is there? Why?
You could read this purely as a great mystery at the heart of it. Like, you can just read it at that level of, like, you know, these children one by one are kind of dying. And you're like, what's happening? And then as you figure out what's happened, then who did it? You know, because you think there's a reason behind why it's happened. So the mystery continues right to the end. You can read it at that level, which is amazing. But I thought, thematically, the world she lives in, this Ballylack, it's such a claustrophobic town and everyone knows everyone, and she's very confined in the town. She can't be herself. It's so good, and I'm not doing it justice. It's so good. But there's one line in it, that's my homework, my notes. This will tell you how good the writing was. So the first character who dies in it, this boy called Ross, dies, and it's just that people in the community talking, like, and the same old lines are coming up, you know, that sorry for your troubles kind of thing. And just, Jan wrote this, she said, just a child, the old folks will say, such a waste, as if Ross were an overlooked mandarin furring at the bottom of a fruit bowl. Like,
okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's such a beautiful line.
Really
I just thought, like, congratulations, Jan. I will be giving this to everyone. It's just such a great book.
And does it hold you till the end? Are you waiting till, like, is the very end you find out what exactly has happened?
You find out what's happened, but at the start of the book, the character Hannah actually starts... there's kind of supernatural element kind of in the mix of it as well, where the dead children are talking to her as they die, and which is a whole other part of the story. And then that element kind of built. I don't want to ruin the ending because it's an amazing ending and it's got a twist to it. And sort of all these combinations of the children dying, who did it, the supernatural element, and like just this confined little community, like all smashing together and just create such a fantastic finale.
I'm kind of thinking of Stranger Things here as you're talking. I'm getting the kind of Stranger Things vibes.
I can visualise it more than read about it. I'd say it would be an amazing movie, all the characters like, I can't get that mandarin with a green furry, beard on it now out of my head. It's
such a she has these lines scattered right the way throughout the book where you kind of pause for a second and go, well, as a writer, I'm like, why can't I write that sentence? It's so good. So it kind of wins on just the pure words on the page, but it also wins as just a really compelling story.
But isn't that lovely when you get so into a book and you actually have to stop for a moment and just like read it back, or just the line sticks in your head and you're just like thinking about it as you're pottering around, in the morning or whatever it is you do. Jamie's a big potterer. Harry Potter fan, he likes pottering as well.
Absolutely.
But that's what I love about a book. And actually from, here's a stranger thing. They say that when you're reading a book, that it puts you into a trance-like state. So it's actually got great health benefits to read. So it's like meditation. It lowers your heart, your blood pressure. It's great for depression. It has so many health benefits to just read a book and just to get out of your own head sometimes and just to work out other people's problems that are not your own and make you then more grateful for your own life. So reading has health benefits, folks.
Absolutely. I find sometimes I read a book and then I'll put it down and then suddenly I'll fall asleep and dream in that world. It's fascinating. And then you wake up and you're like, why am I in this book? Where am I in this book?
You're going around dressed like a character from a book. Like, come on.
Well, you know, it is, of course, the new year, so why not continue the party into 2022?
I like your style.